With 2021 now coming to an end, Chess.com has their vote for the 2021 Chess.com Awards. One of the things that you can vote for is the move of the year. Now, this is a collection of 12 possible moves that you can vote for, and to get you prepared for voting, today we're going to look at all 12 of these brilliant moves that were played in 2021. So brilliant move number 1. In this position, White played the incredible queen to c8 check. After rook takes follows knight to f7, knight takes d6, and knight takes c8. This knight is a true hero here, leaving White in a winning endgame. Now also very nice to point out, if the king tries to run away, then White says no, 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 and takes the rook anyways. And after Black takes back, again the knight wins the game here, the king has to move, and we have a winning endgame. Beautiful idea using the knight and its forking abilities. This next game, here we have again the white pieces, and this time we have a position where the king is stuck in the corner. The king has almost no moves left, and rook to h7 is a serious threat. It's such a serious threat that White can give away the queen using that idea, because if queen takes, then rook to h7 is checkmate. The queen has an important role of guarding over h7. So the queen does not take, and instead rook to g7 was played, but now White does another sacrifice, another brilliant move, rook to d8. Here, this time, Black has to take and allow this beautiful checkmate. Incredible brilliancies here, back to back. This next one was also very amazing. You see these dark square weaknesses. If we can only drag this bishop away from its incredibly important role here, guarding over these dark squares, well, White can do that with queen to h6, a beautiful idea, distracting the bishop, and after bishop takes, follows mate in 2, using this Arabian's mate. Brilliant move number 4. Here we have another series of brilliancies, actually, starting with rook takes e4. This is incredible. After pawn takes, follows a very quiet move, queen to e6. Threatening queen to h3. In fact, this is such a serious threat that White is simply winning here. This king is so unsafe. So instead of taking, Black thought they were smart, attacked the queen, kept everything in check, but then follows check, and rook to f5. This is indeed the brilliant move. Now here, if king takes, well, the king is just getting straight into the center, and mate will indeed follow something like this. And so instead of king takes, perhaps pawn takes is possible, but this is not much better because of the, again, quiet queen to f7, and now the mate threats of rook to h5 and following that h3 are just too serious, and Black is simply losing. This next one, brilliant move number 5, happened in what seems to be a relatively quiet position. White's pieces are on the back rank, same with Black's, so you don't really expect there to be an incredible attacking possibility here, but that is not the case. Knight to f6. And here, Wesley So gives away the knight, but after pawn takes, well, let's just see how Wesley So punishes Black for taking the pawn, which is actually the best move because White is simply winning here. There's nothing that Black can do. You can see that White's queen enters the game, then the bishop enters, threatening mate along this diagonal. And now the knight has to defend, and now what do? You send your pawn up and go for the knight. Incredible fashion here, and White goes on to play this game pretty beautifully and win in incredible fashion. This next one is a pretty funny situation because originally Chess.com's algorithm classified this move d4 as brilliant, which is why it is on this list, but now it has switched its mind and it is only a best move. But the idea is still very much brilliant. The point is, after pawn takes, c5 comes, and this rook is very much disturbed. It has to move to c6, and now the center has opened up a little bit. The queen can simply grab this pawn on e5, and White's pieces will be able to attack this king and just cause some immense horror to the black pieces. Unfortunately, White did not manage to convert after this brilliant idea of d4, opening up the center even at the cost of a pawn, and actually managed to blunder here and give Black great chances to draw, which is the result that happened, but that doesn't take away from this brilliant idea of d4. This next one over here is again very brilliant. And actually, funnily enough, black had a brilliant move here with bishop takes h2, a Greek gift sacrifice type of idea. Of course, white did not accept it, did not allow that to happen. But now white has been on the backhand ever since, and they were looking for a way back into the game, and this is the way to do it. Bishop to e7, saving the position, giving great drawing chances. Now after the rook takes, which did not happen, but let's just show what happens if the rook takes. Now knight to c6 is played. And the point is, well, both rooks are under attack. If you move this one, if you take the rook on a1, this comes with check, and then you can even take this one with check, and finally take on a1, and you're simply up a whole lot of material. And if alternatively this rook moves, then of course a8 falls, and so this is a crushing idea. So something like pawn takes, rook takes a8, and you've opened up your pieces, causing some trouble on this back rank, giving white some great chances to come back into the game from a previously bad position. Number 8, we reach this position where it doesn't seem like much is going on. I mean, some people might be seeing this idea of bishop takes f2 and queen takes queen, but well, that doesn't quite work yet because the rook is defending the queen, and this is what leads to the brilliant bishop to f1, threatening checkmate. You got to do something about that one. And if rook takes, well, then this previously unavailable idea is now simply winning for black. And if king takes, it should be noted, queen h1 is checkmate. So just a combination of so many ideas. Queen h1, queen g2, and of course queen takes c4 allows black to come up and win this game in a brilliant style. Game number 9, we reached this position here, and black played the incredible queen to b1. Again, this used to be a brilliant move. Now the algorithm does not classify it as such, but also brilliant is this continuation. After rook takes, you promote, and then rook check, and rook to a1 check. This is indeed a brilliant move as well. After king takes, there is checkmate. Also, this was a game between 1600s, so further level, this level of play is absolutely spectacular. Even at a grandmaster level, this move, queen b1, might not always be found. Very beautiful play. This one right here, we have a very brilliant positioning of these pieces here. Of course, this would be checkmate if it were not for this idea and resource of rook to e8, the queen defending the rook. So what do? You drag away this queen with queen to f6, threatening checkmate here on g7. You've got to do something about that. Queen takes queen allows this checkmate. It's game over. Again, a clash of two different and equally powerful ideas of checkmate give white an incredible play here. Number 11, we have Amon Hambleton, and this one I think saw on a YouTube video that he did about this game, so this was already relatively familiar for me. Here there was a series of two brilliancies that really put black's position and take it to a whole new level. Knight takes f2, dragging the king into the center, and now another move that drags the king into the center. Queen to e3, giving away the queen. This is absolutely incredible. After king takes, follows bishop to d4 check, and after the king moves, wherever it moves, these pawns, this bishop, and this knight will be able to deliver checkmate. Really beautiful play here, dragging the king into the center. And for this last one, number 12, we have a relatively similar idea, at least the starting brilliancy with the knight takes f2. Again, if the king takes, the king is dragged into the center, and black can infiltrate on e3 in this case, very similar to that last game. And the king does not take, of course, and instead white takes the bishop here on b4. But now knight takes h3, queen takes e3 anyways, and here another brilliant move, knight to g4. If white were to take, they take the rise off f2, checkmate is in the air, and if they don't take, well, guess what? There's chances for even more brilliancies. First d4, I got a little too excited there, but then queen to g1 check, and the point is, after knight takes, these two knights deliver one of the more beautiful checkmates that you can do here. Of course, also the bishop making a very nice roll. The king is out of squares, out of moves, and it's game over. So 3 brilliancies in the span of just a few moves. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Like this video if you enjoyed some of these brilliancies, and also comment down below which one you liked the most. And finally, do not forget to comment officially and vote officially on the chess.com website, which you can find linked in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.